evil imaginations have no limits.
Man, it says their evil imaginations have no limit. Like this is the true no limit soldiers right here, man. I'm talking about no limits. That's why it says in Psalm 64 that their heart is deep. You know, they have no limits to their wickedness, man. And when you look at the mindset, when you just like really look at the mindset of Esau and how infatuated he is with Jake, and how he puts things in the food, he put things in the air, he put things in the water. He got particular frequencies out there in the media and the music. You know, everything that Esau does, he goes deep into wickedness with it, man. Extremely deep, and there's no limits to it. You see, that's why he wants to bring forth this MOTB. It's a lot bigger than just buying and selling. You know, I can go to the store and get a sandwich, or yes, I can go to the store and get a sandwich, or I can go sell this and that and the third. No, with this MOTB system, man, he wants to have you online in the cloud, whereas literally he knows your ins and outs. He knows your every single move. Whereas if you do something, he'll be able to speak in your head and you won't be able to hear it. Like it's on some shit like that, man.
That's right. He's already doing it with social media. Things like YouTube, you might be thinking about something, and that very thing that you're thinking about, something from your childhood, it'll pop up on YouTube. You're like, damn, how the hell did that come up? There's a lot of predictive programming too. A lot of stuff that, you know, that'll pop up on your feed that you used to watch as a child. Like, damn, how did this come up?
You can have a conversation out loud with your woman or whatever the case may be. You could be talking about, I don't know, cats. I'm thinking about getting a cat.
Yeah.
It's out there, I don't really like cats. It's out there about the blood, and all of a sudden some ads or some cat litter start popping up on your feed or whatever the case may be, man. You know? But with that MOTB, man, it's gonna have your ins and outs, the things that you like, you know, the things that Esau knows, your ins and outs about you, your social credit score. Okay, you ain't gonna be able just to access your access will be extremely limited, and he's gonna put it out there as if when you get the MOTB that you're gonna have more freedoms. He's gonna put it out there as if you got more liberty to do more things, when really he's really constraining you even more, man. A sense of total control. That's what he wants to do with the MOTB. He is your God.
It's going to intertwine with that Neuralink. You got to think the Neuralink is going to intertwine with what? The law, your spirit. All right, your actual mind. All right, and you don't think that's going to be connected?
Well, that's what Neuralink means.
Yes,
if you think about it, neuro meaning the neurological link. He wants that's going to be the link of him to your mind.
It makes sense that the MOTB will be something that's physical. First off, we know that this man that we're dealing with is carnal. He doesn't operate with the spirit, right?
Right.
And two, it makes sense that there'll be something, a device that will link you to that, you know, to that system, man.
Right.
You know what? It plants something inside of you, right? If you look at the definition of charagma, it goes into that, you know, in a very sophisticated manner. It gives metaphors, a palisade, you know, I mean, it makes sense. It's like
The rock, stigma, you know what I'm saying? Chi-side stigma, like if you, but at the end of the day, if you don't have the mind, at the end of the day, if the Lord didn't give you the eyesight to see and to understand the mysteries, you're not gonna get it.
All right, this is the Revelations 13 commentary from John Brown. It's I'm gonna skip. It says this chip was originally developed for the purpose of repairing severed spinal cords so that people will be able to walk again.
Now, mind you, this is in the Blue Letter Bible commentary, John Brown's commentary. He literally, when you read his commentary on Revelation 13 and 16, he breaks it down. He talks about the council. He goes into council for relations. Just like the neuro, like he goes in, bro. Probably listen to us.
he done shut down.
John Brown.
I'm gonna jump down. It says number 2. It says the investors in this project determined that the spinal repair alone were not sufficient to give a proper return on their investment, so they began to look at other possibilities. This is the point. A, they found out that because of an electrical impulse produced by the chip, that it altered certain behaviors.
And alter certain behaviors, man.
Yeah. because in your spine, that's really where all your nerve systems are connected.
Because your brain is connected to your spine. Right. Like what the elder's going into. That's all your nerves. Like literally, like if you look at the body, you just took away the skin, the bones, but you got a brain, and literally it's just nothing but just nerves. You know? But that's the key. That's the connection.
Right. So it makes sense what you're saying about Neuralink. I have the research of basically that spine is going to lead to something more insidious.
Think about it. If you think about getting this, think about getting the micro C here, then you can embed it underneath your skin, right? Esau has the capability to be able to press a button to send forth an electromagnetic shock in your body that you just get all kinds of, you just get either A, you get all kinds of fucked up, or B, you just start going out of your mind, man. You see, but it also has the capability to bring forth those miracles, as it says in Revelation the 13th chapter. You know, well, I can see. You know, people that was blind wasn't able to see for years, now they can see. Or people that had speech impediments and couldn't talk, now they can speak. You know, people got prosthetic limbs and arms and legs. They already doing that, man.
Right. With that research, you can figure out a person's preferences and things that nature, and be able to monetize it. Man. Predict the programming and everything, man. Predict somebody's behavior, and they by studying like the nerve system, things that nature, man. This dude's gonna go deeper.
Man, I gotta get that script.
He already is though, like what the brother's going into.
He already doing it.
All right, it says one, for instance, when they placed it in the pituitary gland of a female, it would put her immediately into menopause.
Wow. You see that, bro? Read that again.
It says, for instance, when placed in the pituitary gland of a female, it would put her immediately into menopause. The ability to conceive would immediately halt.
It would immediately halt. Now, who is the author of conceiving and being able to bring forth a child or to retain a child? Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is, man. But this is him showing forth that he is God, man. I can stop you from having a child. If I put it in the pituitary gland, you ain't gonna have no children, man. I stop it. I control the reproduction system, and he's already doing it now. With this whole birth control, this whole theism. I'll put it like that.
Right.
Transhumanism. What is that? What does transhumanism mean, man? Pretty much the changing of your kind, man. He wants to be the author of that, man.
Right. That's right. That's why he's charging. That's why he's targeting children. Yeah. You know, because it's going to get to the point to where it's very possible that even sex itself could get outlawed, man.
Yep. Bro, they showed you that shit in that movie Demolition Man.
I'm about to say the same thing. They showed you that in that movie, man. They had to put a device on their head for them to even have sex, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't no more a man and a woman getting together, laying down and actually procreating that way, man. You would have to pretty much put a device on your head. That's why they got these whole VRs, man.
Yeah.
Now they got these little VRs you can put in your mind, and you pretty much could be having sex, but it's not even there. You see, everything is digital, and everything's digital and artificial. If I can bring the scripture out real quick. Psalm 64, verse 6. It says, they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search.
They search out iniquities, and that word iniquity means evil, right? So they're steadfast and basically trying to encapsulate the people. And they're doing that with the whole concept of sex. They're doing it with the manipulation of sex. Think about it. If you're able to manipulate sex, you're able to manipulate the population. Right. You're able to depopulate certain people you deem as non-desirable.
Yeah.
Right? And then with the perfection of the transgender surgeries, man, hey, man, they could start a whole dang on civilization if they wanted to.
If I can land back on off of what you're saying, Elder, why do you think a lot of these women come missing, pop up missing, right? And then when they do the autopsy, what's one thing that's missing out of them? Like goddamn, they ovaries, man. Why are they ovaries? These women that come up missing with these autopsies, why is it just that they ovaries is missing?
Yeah.
What do you think they're doing? You think is it just coincidence?
Right. And then all of a sudden, it's so popular now, it's become trans.
Right.
Right? Come on, man.
That's the new norm, man. And if you speak against it, you know what I'm saying, you can get thrown into jail. You got a lot of these people that's going to these school shootings, shooting up the goddamn place, and they quote unquote are TRANS people, man.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Complete bug outs, man.
Man.
But that's what Esau wants. Esau is a diabolical demon. The so-called white man is evil and wicked, man. This is the wicked that the Bible speaks of, man. Just a little bit more for you. It says, they search out iniquities, Psalm 64:6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
That's right. The heart is very deep. People really underestimate what we say because they use the media really to downplay critical thinking. Anything that's associated with critical thinking, they demonize it as what? Oh, that's just conspiracy theory, man. Right. You're crazy. They don't want to control us. They want us to be free. And look at your food. Look at what you digested. look at the morale of the people. It's all in disarray.
Right.
And who's controlling it? Why is this allowed? Right? Nobody's putting two and two together.
Right. It's an elephant. It's a big ass elephant in a room with a goddamn lamp top. You know what I'm saying? On his head, just standing there, and everybody over there just looking around. And there's a big elephant standing there in the corner with a lamp top on his head. It's like nobody noticed this big ass elephant in the room.
And then, like, you trying to tell somebody about the elephant, he's just like,
I'm not here.
No, it's like you trying to tell somebody else, you see this? He's like,
Nah.
I'm not gonna talk about today. Hey, man, I'm on a date.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And I don't man shit. Right? That's Jake for you though.
Right.
That's these people, man. People, see these people, they'll rather be blind to the truth. Okay, they'll rather be blind to the truth, but they're comfortable in their naivety, for lack of better words. See,
Right.
that's why the Lord calls this place. It says, "Go unto them that dwelleth in the city that dwelleth without care." Man, these people have no care about what's going on around them. Literally, like literally, there's no care. Like you got these quote unquote air quotes. You got these quote unquote Venezuelan gangs, right? All over the place, just wrecking shop, quote unquote. And people have no clue about what's going on or no care about what's happening at all.
Yeah. Or it's like, why are they fleeing up here? What's so bad in Venezuela that will make somebody want to flee up here?
Right.
And then you do your research and then you find out that America basically toppled their government, man.
Yep.
By setting up coup d'etats, by putting various sanctions on them, right? Destabilizing their government, right? The currency in Venezuela is a poo trash.
Yep.
And that has a lot to do with the sanctions that America placed on it, not to where it wasn't able to sell its oil, man. It wasn't able to complete on a global level. And if you're a country and you can't complete on a global level, then you're a third world country. Because it's the economy of everybody's country is interconnected.
Yep.
Like I said, why would they? Venezuela got one of the biggest. They have some of the most oil in the world. I might be in the top 2 or 3. All right, so why are not they not like got power into the earth? Because like I said, America cut them off. All right, and you got to think when this economy collapsed like it did in Venezuela, you got to think what happened. Then the crime rate went up dramatically. All right, then you start eating like I say the animals in the zoo. All right, the kids or the children could be out in the streets at a certain time. I think when the lights started to go down, the sun started to go down, you had to get in the house. All right, but that's the thing. The same thing is going to come here. All right, but like I say, you got to be wise to understand that. All right, because what is that? 2 Corinthians 2, around 11 verse. All right, lest Satan get advantage of us, we are not ignorant of his devices.
Right. Because there's a lot of psyops that's going on too. We've been talking about the whole Venezuela immigrant situation, and we've all came up to a conclusion. Like up here in Dallas, it's like, yeah, they're here, but they're not really tripping like that.
They're really not.
Right? There's other accounts in Chicago like, nah, they're not really doing nothing out there. Then some people say they are. Maybe there's certain scenarios, right? But you know, for the most part, these are people just trying to take care of themselves. Right? They were already subject to war right? And in inside fight, they trying to come up here and take care of their family.
Right.
Yep.
You know, the vast majority of them.
Yep. It's just that Esau, man, through his media, which is another form of his sword. He has a way to manipulate the media, man. That's part of his witchcraft. He has a way to manipulate what goes out, the information that goes out, what's quote unquote true and what's not true. And these people eat it all up. See, you got people just locked onto the boob tube all damn day, looking at CNN, Fox News, and things of that nature. Now we do look at that sometimes, but we know how to pick the bones out of what we know how to decipher the truth from the lie, man. You see, but these people looking at it and they see it, they like, oh, CNN said that this is going on in Chicago and this and that third. When realistically, like we made the point today, how the hell is a news not station, but I guess a news, I guess for like a better word, station in England, pretty much bringing forth news out of Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't hear anything about it.
The Telegram or whatever that word.
Somebody has some thugs out there.
The Daily
Venezuela.
Mail.
I'm like, yeah, I ain't hear about these thugs out here.
They brought it out though, you know what I'm saying? In Texas, in Dallas, a Dallas apartment complex in North Dallas.
Yeah, and the only other account is a Mo telling you they be outside smoking and drinking. Nigga, shut up.
Right.
You need a beer.
I say, nigga didn't even get your ass.
Yeah.
Then he started selling, like he always been doing that for years. Every time in Vietnam, you had Jacob go over there in Vietnam, and they already had the stain upon them.
Right.
Because what? And they were like, we ain't never met these people before. Because Esau already gave them that understanding, like, they ain't nothing. These are niggas.
Yep.
You know? Same thing today. Like you say, now you got the Northern Kingdom coming over here and already giving them what? That's the same. They, look at these, I would say niggas too.
Right.
Six.
I got a precept. Habakkuk 2:15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness.
That's right. Talking about, and that drink goes into really philosophy. He utilizes all these new speech and new categories to basically induce people to act a certain way. It's even with the BLM movement. That BLM movement was really funded by George Soros to cause a disruption, basically between the far left and the far right. Okay, right? It was a psyops. Okay. And he does these things to induce people to act a certain way so he can push legislation, so he can control the people.
Psalm 73 and verse 6 in MSG, it says, pretentious and arrogant, pretentious with arrogance, they wear the latest fashions in violence, pampered and overfed, decked out in sick bowels of silliness. It says, they jeer using words to kill, they bully their way with words, they're full of lies.
They bully their way with words. Even the whole term wokeism, right? That term wokeism really stands back to what? The whole civil rights movement. Before it was called woke, it was called the conscious. It was called the conscious community, right? Which stemmed from the Civil Rights Act. It came from basically really all the tribes, but the head tribe, Judah, aka the so-called Negroes, fighting for rights, saying like, no man, we can't be treated like second-class citizens. And then from that movement came what? Because contemporarily, when the civil rights movement was going on, what was going on? The women's to live and sexual liberation was going on also. So when we started fighting for our rights, you had these various other groups who don't give a dang about us attach themselves to our cause.
Yep.
Now, and even in the early 2000s, the 90s, it was called the conscious community. People talk about, walk about, the problems of the so-called Negro, Latino and Native American. Those two groups that were together, and they wasn't just some blacks and Latinos getting together and complaining. No, they were actually trying to do stuff for their community, do things for their community, which again was infiltrated by who? Esau Edom, the so-called white man with feminism and with the transgender movement.
Right.
And now henceforth you got what? You got the whole term woke now. Now the whole term woke is utilized to what? To demonize the left. Okay? So you even had the whole concept of wokeism in church. They say, we're against woke church.
Yeah.
With these so-called woke church, they have allowed in wickedness that's against the scriptures. But they do that off the backs of who? You so-called Negroes, man. They utilize you to push their agenda.
Yep.
You so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, true Israelites, bro. So you utilize all these various words and categories to push an agenda. Not only to push an agenda, but to make certain individuals or make certain nations or people an effigy. That word effigy goes into a political, basically statue that's hung during protests. So you so-called Negroes have been made effigies, right? Somebody say, it's because of the niggers, right?
Yep.
It's because of them.
Yep.
Because that's why the nation's in that situation. It's because of them.
That's Jeremiah 50 and 7. It
And
says
wokeism.
that, pretty much, Jeremiah 57 is one, but the scriptures also talk about how they try to cast him down from his excellency.
Right.
The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the wicked seduces him, man.
Right.
And that always will put Jake at the forefront. They'll put them at the forefront of the problem, but really, it's really Esau, the one. He's really the problem at the end of the day, but he'll put you in the forefront of it.
Man, that's what they're doing with these village dwellers, man. You see, they're giving them all this money. You know what I'm saying? In California, they're giving them $150,000 to get a house, to get cars. You know what I'm saying? They're giving them all this money and food stamps. But what do you think that's doing? That's pissing Esau off, man.
Yep.
You see? What do you think? And that way they're gonna point the finger and blame Jake. 'Cause at the end of the day, they Jakes, man. You see, Venezuela ain't Jakes, man. You see? So at the end of the day, like the brothers are going into, it's all Esau behind this shit, man. You know? I got a little bit more. Brother got nothing. All right, it says they bully their way with words. They're full of hot air, loud mouths disturbing the peace. People
Disturbing the peace, man. That's all the Esau has done worldwide, man. That's why we call you the devil, man. All you do, you go around the planet Earth, man, disturbing the peace of everybody, man. You go stealing everybody's resources, displacing everybody. You'll set up a puppet government in there, and then you make the nation pretty much surrender under debt underneath the IMF bank, right? The International Monetary Fund, man. Whereas they're a perpetual slave underneath, man. Go in there, you suck all the resources out, man. You bring forth all your wine, philosophy. Women get all out of order, men out of order, children out of order. That's all. Your job on the planet Earth is just to be a disruptor, man. That's what the Lord created you to do. He created you to be the devil, man. You got it, man.
It says people actually listen to them. Can you believe it? Like thirsty puppies lapping up their words.
Man, lapping up their word like a thirsty puppy. You know what I'm saying? When you got a puppy. You know what I'm saying? And they get that first canned food. That meat, that whatever that shit is. So you give it to a puppy. I'm talking about they will devour. I'm talking about they don't stop. You know what I'm saying? They'll sometimes lean on their paws, start falling forward and shit. They don't stop. And that's Jake, man. Jake will eat up anything that the goddamn devil will say, man. Just like when the whole 1-9 happened. I'm gonna stick my arm out. I'm gonna do this. I don't give a damn what's inside of it. Give it to me.
Yeah, you eat Cheetos, don't you?
Yeah.
The stupidest argument of all time. That was probably one of the worst arguments I've ever heard in my life. Here it is. He gave you crap. That was one of the worst arguments I've ever heard in my life.
It's like Jake doesn't see themselves outside of the lenses of Esau Edom. That's why we profess it's not a black thing, man. It's an Israelite thing. It's bigger than skin color. And contrary to how people, think of us or how they try to portray us, man. It's not some black guys out here upset that we got to go to work. We want reparations. No, we want the world to be set in order, man. You don't need your validation.
But even if we did get quote unquote reparations, would we take it? Absolutely. I know I would. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day,
That's a sausage.
yeah. But at the end of the day, when you get that reparations, whose money gonna be on it?
Right. Not yours.
It ain't gonna be your face on it. It's still gonna get taxed. You know what I'm saying? You still gotta go to your enemy for the one of all things. You know? True reparation goes back to the word repair, man.
Right.
Our people need to be repaired mentally, man. Like literally, spiritually, our people need repaired, man.
Right.
And this word that we're speaking through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, as we quoted it earlier, this is the welfare of the earth, man. Welfare means like pretty much the good of something, man.
Right.
See? Not goddamn Jesus Christ and all this, not all this madness, man. 40 acres and a mule. Fuck out of here, man.
Right.
Amos 9 and 11. And in that day, I will raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen and close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up his ruins. And I will build it as in the days of old.
That's right, man. We're looking for, to go back to our next shoot. We're looking to rule, man. I would say go back to our former glory, but no, we're looking to be raised up as a nation again, right? To so-called Negro Latino Native Americans don't look at each other as enemies,
Right.
to where we don't look at even inside of a tribe, man. We're not looking at each other crazy. Everybody hates one another, man. Venezuelans can't get along with the Nicaraguans, and Nicaraguans can't get along with the Colombians. All right?
Hey, the Lord is the one that's going to do it, like you were just reading, man. He said, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old, man. You see, so the Lord he's going to be the one to renovate, all right, the nation of Israel, man. Or restore it, man. You see?
That refreshes, like we got into earlier. He's gonna raise up the judges as in the beginning, man. As in the days of old, man. The house of David. Okay, the thing about the house of David was that it was all the 12 tribes collectively, man. It wasn't just the southern kingdom. At one point, like King David ruled over Judah for a little bit, for 7 years, and then after 33 years he reigned over the whole nation, man. See, and then after that it was passed down to Solomon, man, where the whole nation was set. King David subdued all his enemies, man. The nation was pretty much established underneath the dominion that King David did, and he gave it it was passed down to Solomon, man. So if the throne of David is going to be established on the planet Earth again, he's going to raise up the tabernacle of David as in the days of old. What does that mean? That means that the heathen got to be put down, man. And they're not going to just be put down by us asking. Okay, we're not going to ask y'all. Yahweh Shema Shai ain't asking for you to. He ain't asking for Esau and the rest of the different heathen nations to get get out the way. No, he gonna force your ass out the way, man. The scriptures say that the saints shall take the kingdom, man.
Hey, this starting now. You see, the Lord ain't asking Esau right now to build up the spiritual temple, man. He's doing it. You see, ain't nothing Esau gonna be able to do to stop it. You see, ain't nothing these heathens gonna be able to do to stop it, man. You see, he gonna like the Lord said, he gonna close up those breaches. All right, that gap. All right, that envy between Judah, like the scriptures say. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna no longer. Hey, all them the Lord is gonna build the nation of Israel back together, man. Right. You see,
and it's happening with this word going out, man. This is the beginning process. This is the beginning process of the kingdom of heaven being established on the planet Earth, man. Is this word going out, man? You see, because the nation of Israel, we are the kingdom of heaven. Okay, the kingdom of heaven ain't just this mythical city that's just floating in the sky, and then when the Lord comes back, you're gonna see it glistening coming down of buildings. No. Yeah. The kingdom, Yahweh Shah said it. He said that the kingdom of heaven is within you, man. That's the spirit. You gotta go ahead.
God, this is Luke chapter 17. And I'll start at verse 20. And it reads, and when he was demanded of the Pharisees when the kingdom of the Most High should come, he answered them and said, the kingdom of the Most High cometh not with observation.
See, the people don't even understand that the kingdom of Yahweh Shah is right before them. You see, the people make up the kingdom. What makes up a king? What makes any kind of kingdom? The people. Right. And then the rulership behind it. Right. That's what makes up a kingdom. You see, but people hear that, this is what Christianity will teach you. Oh, you're going to get raptured and we're going to see the kingdom of heaven coming out the sky. So Yahweh Shai is like, man, look, it ain't gonna come with observation that way, man. You gotta have eyes to see it. You know? You got it.
If I can add too, to just to prove more proof to that the kingdom is talking, the kingdom of heaven is talking about the people. There's a scripture that goes into that, how the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent take it by force. You know, can you take it? You know what I'm saying? They're talking about like a thing, like a city or something. No, man, it's talking about the people, the kingdom of heaven being taken by force. It's talking about the Israelites being taken into captivity by Esau, man. You know what I'm saying? And the violent, which is the violent man, the scriptures tell you he's the violent man. The violent take it by force. It's talking about them taking us, man, against our will, man. You know, which was the will of the Most High, the Heavenly Father, for that to, you know, be ordained that to happen. But that's what that's going into. The kingdom of heaven represents the people, man. You know? But just going back to Luke 17 and verse 21, and it reads, neither shall they say, lo here or lo there, for behold, the kingdom of the Most High is within you.
Yeah. Speak on it, right?
Yeah, the kingdom of the Most High being within you begins with this knowledge, man, this word. This represents the kingdom, man, you know, and the only ones that's going to adhere to this are those chosen vessels, predestined and preordained before the foundation of the world, pursuant to Ephesians, the 1st chapter, Romans, the 8th chapter, you know what I'm saying? So the kingdom represents the knowledge which those people are going to receive this knowledge, man, you know what I'm saying? Which is the governing, which is going to govern the earth, man, in righteousness, this knowledge, this word, man, the laws.
Because what did John the Baptist say? He said, behold, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. And he said that before he baptized Yahweh Shai. So if Yahweh Shai embodies the kingdom, okay, and Yahweh Shai is that light, okay, and we are lights and shining in this world, that lets you know that the kingdom of heaven it resides within us. You know, the kingdom of heaven, it begins with a thought.
Right.
You know, and what comes after a thought process is an action. See? So if the kingdom of heaven begins with the thought, then it's going to be the action behind it. It's going to be ultimately you changing. Because the kingdom is like literally, the Lord is going to force the kingdom of heaven upon the planet Earth, man. You ain't going. The Lord ain't going to ask you. You're going to have to get down with the program, man.
Right.
Regardless, either you can get down now if you're an Israelite. Ultimately, you're going to get down if you're of the elect, and you're not going to get down if you're not of the elect. Right. But the Lord going to have it to where you're going to have to get down regardless. You're going to have to submit regardless. Every knee going to have to bow, man. You know? It's either bow now or be forced to bow later by force. About death, about pain, man. You know? Like somebody making you get down on your knee, man. You're going to bend down and bow down to you. And you got a disgruntled nigga saying no, man. And then he just break your knees and make you bow down. You know what I'm saying? That's how the Lord going to force your ass. He going to force you to bow down, man.
That's why I say he's going to move around the iron.
You gonna bow down. You gonna bow down. Right. Bust you in your chops, man. You know what I'm saying? Beat in your knees. Ah! I told you was gonna bow. You know? I got a precept for nobody else got one. Isaiah 11, verse 10. I started verse 10. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious.
Which is Yahweh Shai, right? Because Jesse is King David's father. So that root of Jesse, or that offspring of Jesse, you know, is going to come ultimately to be that ultimate sacrifice for the nation of Israel. And then upon his return, he's going to rule.
That word ensign means a banner. You know, and a banner is like something that you will put up for people to rally to like salvation, safety. They'll put a banner up to let you know, okay, this is where I need to go. This is the rally point. It's like a military, a hard thrust. A hard yes or other. But it's like you in the military. It's like you in the military, and you about to be ambushed. You know what I'm saying? And then they say you got to get to the extraction zone at the extraction point. And what happens at the extraction point? You get delivered out of that scenario situation. You know, so Yahweh Basham Shai, realistically, Yahweh Shai he's the true extraction zone. To extract us up out of this goddamn hell that's getting ready to happen, man. That's right. It says, verse 11, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth, which is happening right now. See, we're being gathered together via this word, man. Yahweh Shai is that ensign, and the word is what's gathering us back together.
Right.
You see, from the four corners of the earth where the Lord scattered us. He threw like he had a pack of marbles, and he went to a helicopter, just threw them all over the place. And but out of the handful that he threw, he had his favorites, and he's gathering together his favorite marbles that he scattered throughout the whole earth. And he's not going to miss one of them, right?
Like I said, he said the second time, right?
Yeah.
So how can you be incorporated with everybody, all the other heathen nations, if they didn't receive it the first time?
Yeah.
Right. Second time, right?
Those are the Gentiles that's spoken about in the New Testament that accepted Yahweh Shai. Those are that was dispersed throughout the nation, right?
Yeah. This Genesis 49:10, the scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet until Shiloh come. And unto him shall the gathering of the people be.
There it is. That's a Yahweh Shai. Yep. Shiloh is that peace, that rest.
No.
Well, that word gathering means obedience. I was going to make that point. Unto him shall the obedience of the people. You know? I'm going to finish this up. Verse 13 is the point. It said, you was reading Amos 9 earlier, so like it says, the envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off.
Man.
Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim.
And Judah won't be in such a dilapidated state that these other even that the other nations the other tribes won't look down upon them, man. Because this world gives the other nations a point, right, or a way to scoff. Like look at it, right? But even within, the low state, Judah is, the forerunner in culture, man.
Yeah, that's what it said.
Right? So even within in a low state, the northern tribe, in a lot of ways, envy and try to emulate. Using Latin music, they do mumble rap too.
Yep.
They got the big chains too. What's a Petaluma? I think that's his name. He got the baguettes and stuff like that, just like the rappers up here. He got the fade, the tape of fade, right? Grills. So that hatred's gonna be taken away because that stain on our names will be taken away.
That's right.
Man. And that's ultimately what we want, man. See, because it's not about it ain't a black thing. Because you got the IURC team and others linking up with the NOI talking about our black brothers, our black sisters, our black brothers, and over here the Hebrews are our black brothers. And it's like, well, what about the northern tribe, man?
Right.
What about the northern tribe that's actually presenting themselves as a living sacrifice? What about their sacrifice? It don't matter.
Yeah, the nation of Israel. You know why? They don't even. Damn, what I was about to say. They don't even. They don't even recognize the Northern Kingdom as our brothers, man.
Right.
Isaiah 9, and I want to bring up because we're talking about northern kingdom. Well, I'm going to start off in verse 6, and I'm going to read 6 and 7. It says, for unto us a child is born, and unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulders, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty Power, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. That's going into Yahweh Shai. Right. Of the increase of his government and peace, there shall be no end.
Right, because when Yahweh Shai returns the second time, his government is going to rule forever. It talks about that way in Daniel, the 9th chapter, if I'm not mistaken, or the 7th chapter.
Daniel 7.
It's like the 7th chapter. Right, that kingdom is going to be there's going to be no end. Right, it's going to be continuous. That's why he's seen. That's why he's titled the Prince of Peace, the King of Kings. It's not talking about the Heavenly Father. Right. That's talking about Yahweh Shah, because he's going to usher in ultimate peace on the kingdom of heaven. And on a deeper level, he made the earth.
Yeah, he made the nation.
Upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth, ever forever. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this. The Lord sent a word to Jacob, and it has lightened upon Israel.
That's right. That prophecy is for Jacob only. It says send a word to Jacob. Right? So it's only for a group of people. It's not for everybody. Us, you so far Native Latino Native Americans. And call like Yahweh by Shemal Shaka. We'll come back to our own culture, our own nation.
Right. Call on Yahweh.
Right? Yep. We're standing for something for our own people, man. You walk up down these streets, man, the smug look that these other nations have, bro. Right? They look down upon us, man. And they feed off of us. Right. They fucking feed off of us, man. So it's going to reverse on that thing, man. They could be bringing us tributary, man.
And all the people shall know, even Ephraim, and all the inhabitants of Samaria that say in the pride of the stoutness of heart. All right, and like you said, it said even Ephraim would know.
Right.
All right?
Yeah.
That's those 2 sticks are going to be joined together through the spirit of Yahweh by Shemal Shah. All right, and Ephraim represents what? The northern kingdom.
Right. Ain't gonna be no weak line out that bullshit.
Yeah.
No, you Israelites. Like you can see it. Rasa and all that shit.
Right.
Nah, man, it's gonna be one. The nation of Israel is gonna be back together.
Right. This is how you know it's a future prophecy, because at this time, the kingdom was separated, man. Ephraim and Judah and Ephraim wasn't together at this time. This is the second time, and then Isaiah prophesied, he prophesied he was during the Assyrian captivity, you know. But at this time, they were separated. So let you know this is something that's going to happen in the future. And we're in that time right now where it's being brought together via this word going out, man. This is the gathering of the people. Yahweh Shai is gathering the people right now. The elect, I'd rather say, you know.
Verse 10, the bricks are falling down, but we will build with hewn stone. The sycamores are cut down, and we will change them to cedars. All right?
Man, like I said, hewn stone.
Speak on the point.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. It makes me think about. Matter of fact, just laying back off that point. Could you get Ephesians the 2nd chapter? Starting at maybe like verse 15, maybe, or 19, verse 19, possibly.
Ephesians 2. Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 19, it says, now therefore ye are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints.
Right, fellow citizens with the saints. It says you are no longer strangers nor foreigners, but you're now fellow citizens with the saints. What's that going into? That's going into the Israelite foreigners that were scattered, that learned the ways and the customs of the heathen, that are now being brought back to our heritage, like the elder mentioned. That's talking about us, man. We're being brought back to our culture, our heritage, man. Something that the Lord only gave specifically unto us. But you should take honor in that, man. You know?
It's not a fad. A lot of people who are scoffers against the movement, they want to paint it as a black power thing. That are scoffers, they like to paint this thing as if it's a black thing. it's a new black wave, a new black conscious thing.
Right.
But when in fact, we're proclaiming it, no, this is our culture. Regardless of whether or not you believe, right? This thing is bigger than, you know, the new hip thing, right? We're turning back to the Heavenly Father so we get out of here. Deadly serious.
Yep. Because what a culture is, it goes to cultivate. You know, like being planted in and like actually grabbing root and growing up to something more beautiful, man. So we're being cultivated back to who we are as a people. You know? That's what the Lord is doing. He's cultivating his field, man. He's breaking up the fallow ground, man.
Yep. And it's crazy how we speaking. There's a brother that has the hard dress strap and has the hard Yasha'Allah on the back, man.
Yep.
So, you know, over the past couple of 10 years, you've seen an explosion of this movement, right? And that's not by incident. That's because that's the will of the Heavenly Father to get this word out. And with this word getting out, there's a place of repentance. And with a place of repentance, right, judgment has to ensue.
Right.
With judgment ensuing, guess what? The kingdom of heaven is going to be established.
Everything, the Lord has a game on lock, man. Everything has its motions. Boom, boom, boom. The Lord ain't no, you know what? Nah, I don't think so. No, the Lord has everything set up, man. You know? You got it.
It says, Ephesians 2 and 19. Now therefore ye are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints and of the household of the Most High.
Fellow citizens with the saints. Who are the saints? Psalm 148 tells you that we are the saints. The Israelites are the saints. See, we're the ones that made a covenant by sacrifice with the Lord. So we're fellow citizens with the saints and of the household of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, the household of the Most High. Okay? The assembly of those whose names are written in heaven, for lack of a better word.
Verse 20, and are built upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets, Yahweh Shai Mashiach himself being the chief cornerstone.
And the chief cornerstone is that cornerstone of a building that holds all the bricks together. Because remember we read in Isaiah the 9th chapter, it says that we're pretty much, can you read that Isaiah 9 again? That we're talking about that hewn stone again? Real quick, just I want to tie these 2 points together. I want to speak on it.
So back in Isaiah 9, and verse 10, the bricks are falling down, but we were built with hewn stones.
Yeah, the bricks are falling down. You know, we were destroyed as a people. You know, there was the Lord, but He's going to in your defense. And the main form of the open defense is the fact that Esau Edom was able to separate through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. The Lord used Esau to do it, to separate the connection between the northern and the southern kingdom, going all the way back to Solomon.
Right.
You see the bones in the building process.
Oh yeah, let me finish that. It says back in Isaiah 9, verse 10, the bricks are falling down, but we will build with hewn stones. The sycamores are cut down, but we will change them into cedars.
Man, it says the sycamores are cut down, but we would change them to cedars, man. And we're also known as trees, too. You know, we were cut down as a people, but the Lord is going to build us back up. We're going to be grown up as cedar trees, man.
Right.
It's Isaiah the 61st chapter. We were talking about it last week. You know? So we're going to be built back up as a nation. If you want to liken it into a building, we're going to be built back up into a glorious building that's never going to be destroyed. It's going to have a fire as a wall. You know what I'm saying? It says in Isaiah. Or we're going to be built back up as cedar trees, and the cedar trees are known for their height, man. Their stature. You know? That's like that Men in Black thing. You know, remember Men in Black?
Drinking the coffee.
Man. Was that he brought that about me?
Come. I had another one. So Hosea 6, verse 1 says, come, let us return unto the Lord, for he has torn, and he will heal us. For he has smitten, and he will bind us up.
See, that's what Jake doesn't understand, the fact that Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Jesus Christ, all right, the God of the Bible, they were the ones that brought forth this destruction. They were the ones that brought forth this destruction of what you see of our people, man. These degenerates. See, we were in a degenerate state at one point. We were once a degenerate. You know? We still have degenerate tendencies that we're trying to purge out of us, man. Yep. And that's truly not going to be fulfilled until Yahweh Shah literally comes back and heals us, man. Yep. Right. But when you look at the rest of these people that have no understanding, they're the congregation of the dead, man. Shalom, shalom. You know? They're not going to... That the Lord is the one that brought it forth. Yep. You know?
And after 2 days, he will revive us. And in the third day, he will raise us up, and we shall live in his sight.
You want to speak on it, Doc?
Hey, and this is right here what we're seeing right now. The Lord is raising us up. All right? For what? For what? He's raising up his prophets come forth to let you know what's about to come down the pipe. The Lord said that he's going to build us back up. We're getting ready for what? The kingdom of heaven. This is the spiritual temple being built right now. All right? All right, and when you think about when it said the third day, what happens after the third day of the body? They go into what? A decaying stage. All right? That's why it seems like that's why, if I'm not mistaken, Lazarus, all right? Howard shot, all these things that were on the third day. All right, because what? That decaying stage. So the Lord said, I think what was that? Baruch 4 when it said, he did not, He's not setting us up for just to be destroyed. Good. He's building up what? A righteous group of men, all right, to build up and push his word out, but make way for his coming. Like we're coming like in the state of John the Baptist. And the Lord is raising it up right now for us before we be destroyed completely. That's why he told the elect we will scarcely be saved.
This is Baruch chapter 4 and verse 6. And it reads, ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath.
Bro, that's like your parents. The Lord was punishing us. All right, that's why the Lord brought us over here to the Americas or to the Western Hemisphere, not for us to be settled, not for us to be like, okay, we're all set. For us to serve out captivity. Yeah, but like I said, it's going to be a time where he's going to come back and he's going to raise us back up. He tore us down, but he's going to build us back up. All right? That we're going all the way back to what? We're being restored again. This is the restoration right here.
Yeah, he was in the ground.
He actually started to
Yeah, but that's it. After that third day, you know, it's the decompose actually starts. That's also showing that power.
Like rigor mortis.
Yep.
That's when that starts to kick in. So that goes to show you the power of the Lord. He was already at a state where he was beginning to decompose, and the Lord brought him completely back up to life, man.
Right.
Revelation 11 and 7 in NIV. Now when they had finished their testimony, the beast that comes up from the abyss will attack them and overpower and kill them. Their bodies will lie in the public square of the great city, which is figuratively called Sodom and Egypt.
Figuratively.
Right.
Figuratively. It's letting you know that it ain't physically talking about Sodom, it ain't physically talking about Egypt. It's figurative.
Right. Okay.
You know?
Where also the Lord was crucified. For 3.5 days, some from every people, tribe, language, and nation were engaged on their bodies to refuse their burial. It's over here. That's like, you know, it's over here in the U.S. Right? One of the nations have benefit off of this. Being in the dilapidated state, alluding to what? Psalms of the 83rd chapter. Okay? The inhabitants of the earth would gloat over them.
I'm sorry, can I make a quick point?
Of course.
Just to land back off, I actually had a thought when you said that, because typically whenever you would die, it says that you would rest with your father, you would be at rest. They never allowed us to rest.
No, we didn't need to rest, bro.
They never allowed us to rest. Right. They allowed our dead bodies to lie in the street, to lie pretty much in this dead state, man. Yeah. With no rest. You know, and it's also a sign. It's a sign of it's also a sign of like a unhonorable death too. Yeah. Whatever they just lay you out there. You know.
It's like, if I can add to it, the Lord is getting ready to do that on a very high, massive level, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the body's not going to be able to get that, they're going to be like dung upon the earth, like the scriptures say, man. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to get that proper burial, that rest, like the Khan was going into, man. That's right.
The inhabitants of the earth would gloat over them and would celebrate by sending each other gifts, because the two prophets had tormented them who lived on the earth. But after the 3.5 days, the breath of life from the Most High entered them, and they stood on their feet, and terror struck those who saw them. Wait till we get out of here. But after the 3.5 days, the breath of life from the Most High entered them. Hey, that's the same breath of life that he gave to Adam. That's just what? The understanding of the scriptures, bro. So the Most High breathed in us, right? Basically gave us a spiritual CPR. Got us out of a coma, right?
And if I can add, that breath represents this word, man. It's knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And Yahweh Shai breathed that breath on the disciples, man. Slash apostles.
Bro, I literally was over here talking about that.
Oh, for real? John?
Yeah.
God, that's what's up, bro.
That's it,
That's, hey, like-minded men, bro.
Whenever.
But after the 3.5 days, the breath of life from the Most High entered them, and they stood on their feet, and terror struck those who saw them.
That's happening right now. Great fear is falling upon our enemies, beginning with Esau, man. Because that breath of life, that breath of life that we receive, which is his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, there's nothing, like Esau literally spent not millions, not billions, but trillions of dollars to hide this information from us.
Right.
Like he spent trillions of dollars, he got us from the various different parts of the earth, casted us here in the Americas, had us in hardcore slavery, beat the Hebrew out of us, beat our nationality out of us, calling us black, Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, all these different things. And then all of a sudden, we woke up. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, we woke up from that death of the decapitated, decayed state that we was in, man. We was pretty much here decaying. Yeah. On the ground, birds plucking at us, which is the other nations was plucking at us, eating us, decayed all of a sudden. That's Ezekiel the 37th chapter. The valley of just we got to the point that we was bones.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like our skin was like, we got to the point it wasn't just regular bones, it was dry bones. And bones are extremely hard.
Very hard.
But when a bone is very dry, you can snap it in half, man. Yeah. So we was to the point of no return, man.
Right. And you see it when you look at like our people as a whole, bro. Like if you look in like on the carnal sense, there's no hope for us. There's no hope for us here, bro. There's no hope for the so-called black family nucleus. There's no hope for the family nucleus of a lot of the northern tribes too. The northern tribes living bad. A lot of people don't know that, bro. Right? We're gonna be perpetual slaves here, bro. The Most High doesn't return. Right? So having this hope, this understanding that we have is something precious because we know that there's something beyond this, bro. There's something beyond this level, what we see in this world that's willing to fight for it. Because if you're looking at your life, your kids, you're like, man, this is through. I'm through. I'm through.
And if I can add to the point that Tazma made about how, dealing with the valley of the dry bones in Ezekiel 37, how it just shows how far gone our people are. He went into that whole breakdown scenario, showing how through and how far gone our people are. And that's why that question was posed in Ezekiel 37th chapter, can these bones live? We're so far gone, the question was posed, can these bones live?
Ezekiel 37. I started verse 1. It says, the hand of the Lord was upon me and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord and sent me down in the midst of the valley which was full of bones.
That's right here in America, man. You know what I'm saying? This is the valley of bones right here. We're there. This is it. Go ahead, Al.
And caused me to pass by them round about. And behold, there were many in the open valley, and lo, there were very dry.
Very dry, you know. We were without this knowledge, man. You know what I'm saying? This the word is called the water. You know what I'm saying? The word is known as water, man. That's why in Ephesians the 5th chapter, the wash with water by the word, man. So the water represents the knowledge, the word, man. We didn't have it, man. So we were very dry. Those bones was dry as hell, man. Go ahead.
And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered,
there it is. Can these bones live? You know what I'm saying? That's how far. That's the far gone state that our people are in to this very day, man. Except for those that the remnant that's returning, man. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Because when it says, can these bones live? That was the Lord asking Ezekiel.
Right.
Can these bones live? What you think?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That goes to show you, like, this had to come from another realm, right? You know what I'm saying?
Word or what you mean?
Like this, it's like pretty much us waking up, right? Knowledge. Like this had to, like, bro, it had to come from somewhere else.
Right. Yeah, I'm pretty certain we all got the same testimony. You wasn't trying to do this. Right. I had no ambition. I was just like, I was in college, tucked in, you know, back then, Sperry was in, tucked in your shirt. The twins used to be in there talking, yeah, man. I was just like, coming in like, y'all tripping.
Oh, man.
You know, but hey, the most I provoked, like myself, all of us provoked us. It was something you couldn't stop thinking about, bro.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop thinking about it. I was like, man, right, but damn, but yeah, and I had so many questions, and it just galvanized you to just come out here and want to learn.
Yeah.
You know?
I started getting bigger when you read it.
Yeah, what?
Right.
Yeah. Right. It just makes sense. It makes sense.
But that's that drawing, man. You know, how should I say it? You know, you don't come to me and listen to my father, let's see, draw. You know what I'm saying? That's that drawing.
I'm lying, man, for a chance. Well, no, we chose, but at least we tried.
Right.
What we call it?
Yeah, at least we can get part of the multitude. I mean, I want to be part of the thing.
Right.
At least we got a chance. You know what I mean?
Real talk.
Like at the end of Ezekiel 3 at the end, Ezekiel 37 and 3 at the end, it says, and I answered, O Lord Yahweh, thou knowest. Again he said unto me, prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord.
And the elect is hearing them, man. You know what I'm saying? That remnant that's returning, they're hearing it, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see this massive gathering throughout the planet Earth right now of these men, you know, and believers that's believing in this word in these times, man. Just like the elder mentioned earlier, got a guy driving by, you know, and then we had another guy come by shortly after that, you know, Shalom. This word is out there, man. You know what I'm saying?
Verse 5, thus says Yahweh power unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live.
That's the knowledge, man. You know, which represents life. You know what I'm saying? The words that I speak. It is, what is it in John 6 and 63? The words that I speak is spirit and it's life. Right, John. Watch, brother. You know, so it's talking about this knowledge, man, the word.
For Root 3 and 10 in the GNT, it says, why is it Israel that you find yourself in your enemy's land? Why have you grown old? Why have you grown old in a foreign country? You are ritually unclean like the dead. You are already counted among the dead, but why? It is because you have left the source of wisdom. Wow.
This knowledge.
Yeah.
What's that? Ain't it something in Baruch? That goes with that.
I know it's something like Wisdom of Solomon 7 talking about the breath of the Lord is basically this. You know what I'm saying? Which, you know what I'm saying? That's that ultimately that breath, man. That's what quickens you. You see, this word. You see? This wisdom. That's what makes you alive. Like I said in Proverbs, man, a man that wanders out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So without, at one point in time, man, who was without this wisdom, who was dead. Who was spiritually dead, man. See, but going back into the precepts the brothers bring out, Ezekiel 37, Baruch 2, Revelation 11, the Lord, after a certain period of time, the Lord breathed that breath. He gave that wisdom back. We started standing back on our feet, man. You see?
Right. Yeah, this in Baruch 4. Let me get this real quick and follow that up. This Baruch chapter 4, verse 1. And it reads, this is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endureth forever. All that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die, man. You know what I'm saying? So, anything without this word, man, it equals death, man. You know what I'm saying? Desolation, rudeness. But ultimately, death, you know, like actual physical death, man.
Right.
You know?
The wages of sin is death.
And the source of wisdom is Yahweh. He's our life source. He's the root. The scriptures talk about you can't bear fruit if you're not in the root. You know? Yeah, he's the way. Now I was gonna say, yeah, you going around your family on these particular holidays just to see them, and it's just that shit is dead, bro. Yeah. They trying everything to keep that shit alive, but it's just the same old, man. You see, coming into this knowledge, man, having that breath, man, it's not, bro. It's never old, man. It never get boring doing this work, bro. Never get boring searching the scriptures, man. You see, like the scriptures say in Wisdom of Solomon 2, it says, who can, in the GNT, who can exhaust the wealth or the riches of wisdom, man? You see? That's why it's more precious than any kind of thing that you can get. It's more precious than a woman. It's more precious than a woman. You know, it's more precious than gold, silver, jewels, sapphires, rubies.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, if you desire all these different things, that's what wisdom can bring you.
Right.
It's just like what the Lord told King David. He was like, look, if you wanted more women, I could have gave it to you if you just would have asked me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But whatever, anything in this world that your heart's desire is, man, wisdom can bring that to you. But wisdom can bring it to you in righteousness,
Right.
not in wickedness, man. See, people desire things of this world because they yearn it. But the only way that you can really obtain it on this side is by going left. You know?
I got what you call for St. John 6. St. John 6:63. It is the spirit that quickeneth. The flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
There it is, proving that this word makes you alive, man. That's that quick, you know. You're made alive, man. You're made alive with this word, man. That's why the scripture said in Proverbs 21:16, the man that wandered out of the way of understanding remaineth in the congregation of the dead. Right. Anything outside this knowledge is dead, man. You know, point blank, bottom line, period.
Yeah, I was trying to say,
Yeah.
like, look, you come follow me.
Yeah.
Well, let me, Lord, let me bury my dad. Let me go bury my father. Like, man, let the dead bury their dead. Follow me. That's a hard saying if you really understand it. Like, that's really a hard saying.
That take a lot of faith, and they wouldn't able to take it.
They weren't able to take it. You know, he was like, man, look, let the dead bury the dead. He's like, look, let the spiritually dead already bury those that are dead.
Right.
You follow me.
Right.
You know, and if you don't, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you're not gonna live.
Right.
As soon as you get disconnected from the power source, it's like you unplugging a lamp. And when it goes out the socket, you shut. You ain't gonna have no light.
Right.
If you disconnected from the source.
Right. That's right. Was our reading is so important.
Yes.
We'll talk about that in Matthew. Light of the body is the eye.
Elder, were you gonna grab that first?
No.
This is Proverbs 4. 4 and 13. It's like I said, it's going into wisdom, and you read up in verse 7, it says wisdom is the principal thing. Alright? Proverbs 4 and 13 it say, take fast hold of instruction. Let her not go. Keep her, for she is thy life. Like I said, so wisdom is keeping us with that life. Right? When you get this wisdom, you receive more spiritual understanding. You become a spiritual man. But like I said, you pull away from more of the carnal thing. What does it say? be spiritually minded is life. To be carnally minded is going to lead to what? Death. So we have to have this, when we receive this spirit, we're supposed to hold on to it. All right? You don't supposed to fall back into the world. You don't supposed to wait. All right?
St. Matthew 5 and 13. You are the salt of the world. Excuse me. Let me read that again. You are the salt of the earth. But if the salt have lost his savior, wherewith shall it be salted? It is there henceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden down, be trodden under foot of man. So you know, if you lose your that salt, that seal, you're good for nothing. That's what happened to us, you know, as a nation. You know, we lost the salt of Yahweh Shah, the understanding of the word. You know? So we were just trodden down.
Trodden down, and what happened? We still have flavor, but we were playing. The other nation were receiving, and they were building off of us. Right. We were trodden down. As they said, now, like I say, now the Lord is giving us that salt back from an elect group of men.
Can I read something? This is 2 Timothy chapter 2. I'm going to start at verse 4. It says, no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier. And the reason why I read that, because I was just talking about the man who built it enough. You know, he said he got treasures for his life. But we actually deal with it. We actually deal with it. Like, you know, we know the scriptures, bro. We know how to operate in this world, bro. Yeah. He knew too. That brother who had said that, he knew the scriptures. You know? Yeah. But he was like, I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna build up enough, and I'll be all right. And we go through that, bro.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a constant fight here to stay in the spirit, man.
Yeah.
Because you know the everyday affairs can consume you. It says that, you know, that if you have a woman, you're gonna want to please her. You're gonna have trouble in the flesh, because with the woman comes responsibility. Right. You know, contrary to what people think about us, man. We want to take care of our kids. We want to take care of our family.
Yeah. Right.
You want to be able to take care of yourself. You want to be able to put yourself in a financial situation to where you're good. You know, to where you don't have to be a burden on the brothers. Nowadays it takes you getting up and grinding, bro. Yeah. It takes you gotta grind to have a little something here. And that grind and trying to fix your situation can be a trap sometimes, man. A trap for your attention. So it controls the spirit. So it's a constant fight to trying to stay in the spirit, bro. You know? Staying in the spirit of Yahweh Shah. You know? Because you don't want to get caught up in believing in this world.
Yeah, man. This world is deceiving.
Right, it's very deceptive. Right? Trying to chase moments of freedom, man, can lead to your death. Man. Woo. You know?
I got something for you real quick. Matthew chapter 6, verse 22 and 23, because you quoted it earlier. It says, the light of the body is the eye.
That's what I was thinking. Wow.
A lot of more. Matthew 6 and 22, the light of the body is the eye. And if therefore thine eye be single, thy body shall be full of light. But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness?
Right. Hey, I'm glad he decided to turn down to be our normal human being.
He's been playing the same song.
Right. This nigga get up every weekend.
Yes.
Every weekend. Like, what's wrong
Drive
with
down
you, bro?
downtown Dallas.
Meaningless life, right? Redundant as hell. Right? But that's his thing. His whole life is I ain't gonna say it. I don't know that.
Yeah.
But whatever. Going back to the main topic. You know, you gotta stay focused on what's important.
Right.
I'm sorry, it's like he just ignore me. I'm about to go. No, I don't know that. But you gotta stay focused. Right? You have to stay focused on the will of the Heavenly Father. Because this flesh, you know, this flesh is deceitful, deceitful. That's why it's so important to be around the brothers also.
That's right.
Because when it says basically the heart is deep, and your neighbor comes to search you. Like, man, you can really formulate a lot of things in your mind to do something, and it might seem right, but having that congregation around you to tell you, nah, bro, you tripping, set you straight.
That's all that mentioned that about
Yeah.
I got that. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7, and I'll start at verse 32, and it reads, "But I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried careth for the things that belong to the Lord."
That's right. So you gonna have a whole name, bro. Oh, you ain't staying with your lady, bro. You on fire for the Lord. You know? You on fire for the Lord. Right? You your congregation, reading, right? You trying to get it together. Okay? You're with the church all the time. There's sit down going on, you there. You able to make it. Right? Go ahead, Doc.
It says how he may please the Lord. Verse 33, "But he that is married careth for the things that are of the world."
That's right. So you're married, guess what? You care about the things of the world. You know?
Point it that way.
I go right then left.
Demons on it. Demons on it, man. And that's this is why we out here, man. So we can get the hell up your heck up out of here.
You had made that point about one thing you brought the scripture out about that salt, man. All right, see? Like what the brothers are going into being around the fire, man, just keeping that saltiness. You see? Salt is salt can preserve, you know what I'm saying? And that's what we keep that saltiness, man. You see? Preserve moral, you know what I'm saying? Preserve our righteousness when it's moral decay. We see all the fuck around us, bro. You see? And that shows you how powerful salt is too, because just a pinch of salt can change a whole fucking dish. Right? You see? They can have all the seasoning, but just you know what I'm saying, just a little pinch of salt. That shows you how powerful salt is too, man. It has the power to influence anything it touches, bro. You see, and that's what we are through the spirit of power. You know, how about Shemal and Shah, man? You see?
A little dehydrated, you can put a teaspoon of salt in that water and you pretty much make a headache go away. A teaspoon of salt, a pink Himalayan salt in your water, bring it down, and you pretty much back to normal.
And keeping that high single like the elders doing it, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit, man. But brothers, hey, bro. It's a constant thing. You know what I'm saying? I did a listen today about, you know what I'm saying, the story of Gad used to tell a story about the two wolves, man. You know what I'm saying? Basically, you had two wolves fighting each other. You see, and those wolves represent the spirit versus the flesh. You see? And how, you know what I'm saying? When the story, you know what I'm saying, the dude, basically a mountaineer, a dude was visiting, he was traveling through the mountains, and he ran against a dude that stayed in the mountain. And he had two big ass dogs that was constantly, they were continually fighting each other. And the visitor asked the mountaineer, like, basically, man, which dog wins? And the dude who owned the dogs, he thought about it for a second. And he basically said, whichever one I feed. You see? You know what I mean? So that's, you know, are you feeding to the flesh or are you feeding to the spirit, man? You see? Which one are you feeding? Because every day is an opportunity. Every day that one of them wolves are gonna get fed. Which one are you gonna feed? You know what I'm saying? Real quick, real quick.
Then, I'm gonna say Galatians chapter 5, verse 16 to 17. It says, "This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
Right.
For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh."
That's right. It's a constant battle to be in the spirit, man. What you thinking, right? That's where it starts. That thought, man. You gotta get to a mature point in your life where you're not going to hinge on certain thoughts. You know, those thoughts could whatever. You know, so many examples. You going off. You have to fight to be in the spirit. That's why it says that the leisure time should be occupied with reading. Who's the paraphrase? Right? Watching videos is great. There ain't nothing like touching those scriptures for yourself.
So you gotta always swing your sword, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta always sharpen your sword. You're gonna have to use it. You can't let your sword get dull.
You assume with shit, I'm watching videos. I'm the truth. Like, nah. You can be watching videos and be tripping at the same time because you ain't reading, man. Right? Or your spirit could be low because you're not reading. So you have to read. You have to make sure that you're reading that word.
It says, for the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
That's right. So you, hey, things that you would, you know, we are responsible for these scriptures, or actually, or I should say, doing the work, doing videos, the things that we want to do as far as making sure that we're doing these videos, you're not going to be able to do them because you're not occupied in feeding your spirit.
It says, but if ye be led by, but if ye be led of the Spirit, ye are not under the law. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, which variance is pretty much being contentious, emulations, which is jealousy, wrath, strife, which that strife goes to selfish ambition, trying to be the man, seditions, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like.
Well, and it's interesting how it says, it's about being the spirit versus, carrying out the laws, stringently. You have a lot of people out there that know the law, but when it comes to applying the law properly, they go off. They're willing to be false accusers, look to other camps. They're willing to mix and mingle these scriptures, right? Pollute these scriptures, or the teaching of these scriptures for filthy lucre's sake. And it causes those very characteristics, right? Namely, guys like IUIC, we kind of say, hey, you guys should be teaching this and doing this. And what do we receive in return? With all those things that you see, variance, backbiting, all that crap, man. Well, that comes from them not being in the spirit.
Right. Said when you're in the spirit, you're not under the law. So if we're going about talking about the law, so you want to be under the law, all right? It says we want to, we always talk about here, GMS, that we talk about the spirit, staying in the spirit. We don't want to be under the law. We want to still be under what? The sanctions of Yahweh Shema Shah. All right, because he became that doorway for us to come in to be delivered out of the law. All right, because what the law is, what did it say earlier? The law is what? Is it like a curse to us now?
Let it kill it.
The letter kill it. So if you want to continue to be on the law, you're going to be just like these niggas out in the world. These jakes out in the world. These jakes are going to be judged under the law. All right? We're going to be delivered through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah, Lord willing, we are those men.
Bro, we're not sovereign.
Right.
You can't keep them fully, bro. You know what I'm saying? How you going to want to be under the law when you can't keep them?
Right.
And the scriptures say if you break one, you offend one, you break them all, man. You know? That in itself is like, hell no. You know?
Shit, we can do it.
Right,
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? We need Yahweh Shah. We need that spirit. You know what I'm saying? Right.
It administers grace. It administers grace, but you don't use grace as a means to just feed into your flesh. Right. You use grace to you use grace to build upon yourself, man. To become a better version, to become a mini Yahweh Shah to the best of your ability. Right. That's what it's about. I'll finish this up real quick. It says of the which I tell you before, talking about all the things that the Apostle Paul lists, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. So that's the fight. It's the fight. The fight is being against these things. And all these things, the things that you see, the things that you hear, everything, every single day, every facet, 24 hours, 7 days a week, these things are always constantly around you. whether you be at your job, whether you be just driving down the street, whether you just be sitting alone and these thoughts creep into your mind. That's where Satan plays on you. He plays in your head.
Right.
And it's either A, you're going to feed into that thought, or B, you're going to use what Yahweh Shah said. You use the word to combat against Satan. You know, that's exactly what Yahweh Shah did when Satan came up against him. He used the word to combat it against those thoughts. And it's a fight. It ain't easy. It's a fight. You got to fight that good fight of faith.
That's right. There will be some battles you win, some you lose, right? There will be some highs. You will have some highs where you put in certain on certain topic projects, and you kill you kill it, right? And then you best well, and you talk about yourself a couple of weeks. It's always highs and lows, man. Right. And you might do a bomb lesson with the brothers, like, damn, I'm going on. I lived this before. Like, man, you know, I'm talking to girls, like, man, let's sit down, man. Like, damn, boy, that's just no keep coming. It's just constant highs and lows.
There's days where you feel like, man, you feel like, you know, you feel like you just ain't worthy. There's days where you feel like, man, I ain't worthy, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just have those moments in the flesh. It just happens. You know what I'm saying? Where you go like, man, like, I pray that Lord got mercy. I pray that Yahweh Shah got mercy. Right. Man, Paul kind of talked about it too in Romans 7. The things which that I would, I do not. The things that I wouldn't do, that I want to do, that I do. That's that fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like the other, like brothers going into, like the other say, man, it's up and down, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Pop said, you win some, you lose some. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta constantly fight. You can't give up, man. See, you gotta feed. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta feed into that spirit more, man. You see, then you feed into the flesh, man. Either way, whichever one you feed, that's the one that's gonna win. That's the one, you know what I mean? That's the one that's gonna have the dominion over the other, man. See?
1 Peter 5:8 in the NIV, be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. Resist him, standing firm in the faith, because you know that the family of believers throughout the world is undergoing the same kind of suffering. Yeah. Once you realize that everybody going through it, life is not easy. And we are going through something. When you forget that and feel like your hell is significant, your hell is different, right? Then that's the problem. Like, nah, you're not the only one who lost a job before. You're not the only one who, fell out behind a female before. You're not the only one who's been rebuked before. Things happen, but what are you going to do next? Are you going to keep on going? Or are you going to let the shortcomings stop you? Because you're going to give Satan will give you very good reasons in your mind to stop.
Yes. He'll make you feel like, man, nah, man, you did that. Oh, yeah. How about Shah? He ain't going to you. You might as well just quit. You better off just quit. Just fall out. You know what I'm saying? The Lord, he going to kill you. He going to destroy you anyway. That's what Satan will put in your head. Right. And the reason why we saying these things is because we experience these things.
Job said that his demon told him that curse God and die. Yeah. So Satan will tell you that in your mind sometimes. Yeah. But then again, it's like, what's next? Are you gonna fight or you gonna fold? That's the fight, bro. That's it.
The scripture says, in 1 Peter 4, think it not strange, fiery trials, that it try you as though you some strange thing happens to you.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, that's 4:12.
Yeah,
4:12. It's not strange, man. Like we read, Elder read in the scripture, man. We all going through something. Everybody, you see, every last one of us, So don't think it's strange when it happened to you. Who are you?
Yeah. Who are you? Yep. You gotta remind yourself, like, we all going through it. What the scripture say? What you're going through is something that somebody else is going through. Right? Throughout the nation. 1 Peter 4 and 12 in NIV. Dear friends, do not be surprised at the fiery ordeal that has come on you to test you, as though something strange were happening to you. But rejoice in so much as you participate in the suffering of Messiah, so that you may be overjoyed when his glory is revealed. Right?
Man.
It says, do not be surprised of the fiery ordeal that comes upon you. Like it's something strange. Like, nah, bro, you know, hey, when you sign up for this thing, you got to know that you're signing up for certain demons and hell, bro. Right.
If I can add to that, Elder, in Sirach 2nd chapter, it tells you, when you come to serve the Lord, prepare yourself
to
for temptation, bro.
And these scriptures, man, like these scriptures that we quoting, like Sirach 2, you know what I'm saying, what the elder just read, 1 Peter 4, these are scriptures that you first learned when you first came. Yeah. Like Sirach 2 was like one of the, like, being honest, like outside of the curses and Deuteronomy 28:68, you know what I'm saying, understanding really John 3:16, that Sirach 2 is like a very, very fundamental scripture that you first learn, but it has so much weight to it, man, because it's something that's never going to stop.
Right.
It's never going to stop, man. And the more that you increase, you're going to increase in sorrow. You're going to increase in the level of demons, man. You see? You're going to. It's not going to stop. You gotta. Exactly. But wait, there's going to be more shit that's going to happen, man.
You know, like what may say more money, more problems.
Right. Yep.
And we got the real treasure, so of course we're gonna have the most problems.
Right.
Yes, man. Never thought about that.
Hey, so we want to give all praise to the Father. His name is
Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kakadash.
the Master Apostle, well. Peace and citation out there for some Shalom.